My name is Mike Niketsu. I'm the founding member of the Vancouver Kyūdō Association of Canada. Before, about my 3 Muay Thai fights. I had one Muay Thai fight where it was like watching a rabid animal in a cage fighting, and I won. My 3rd fight was a year after Kyūdō, and it was a much more calm, relaxed match. It was very precise, very focused on everything that I did, and I believe that was probably the best fight I ever had, even though I lost it. If you could see the 2 matches, that I was like almost 2 different people. I was like a caged animal and then a real fighter.
My name is Michael Tanaka. I've been doing Kyūdō for about 10 years. I'm a sandan. Outside of work, I work for CBC television. So when I first started Kyūdō, it was something that I saw on Japanese television once, and I thought that looks really cool. There's a martial arts where I get to wear socks, so that was my first thing that I was like, that's different. And I watched a bit of it on Japanese television, so I thought that's very cool.
Okay, my name is Russell Aquino. I actually just got back from teaching in Japan, so right now I'm currently looking for work. But then I go to Kyūdō, and it's about 2 hours of practice for me each time. And it's a time when I can focus just solely on Kyūdō. And this focus allows me to relax. It's a very, very liberating experience. Afterwards, I feel very calm, and my head is clear even for just those 2 hours. So after that, after practice, I feel energized, and I can focus and go back into the real world fight.
My name is Tony Chan. I work for an insurance corporation. I'm an insurance adjuster. Before I started, I actually practiced another martial art called Iaido. If you're not sure what that is, that's Japanese swordsmanship. And it's very similar to Kyūdō in the sense that it's a traditional martial art. So it's nothing modern like MMA or like those sport martial arts that you see. Iaido basically set the foundation for my martial arts training. And when I was ready to expand on that, I wanted to look for another art that had the same principles as Iaido, such as a very spiritual component, very meditative component, a historical component, and I found that in Kyūdō.
The very beginning of doing Kyūdō is very frustrating. Right? There's so many things that aren't natural. The way you move, this isn't right. This doesn't seem right. And so it's very frustrating. And it's hard to see, as a beginner, the benefits of Kyūdō. Kyūdō it's not very practical. I couldn't use that for hunting. I could not use that for self-defense. I have to take care of the bow. I constantly maintain it. And so as a beginner, it's hard to see why anyone would do this. No one judging me, me not caring about hitting the target or not, just me and the target practicing the shooting. And after practice, I would feel a lot better, but still I was still angry. And so I tried meditation for many years. I did Qigong. I still do Qigong occasionally. And after a session of Qigong, I usually, after an hour of meditation, I wake up and is more pumped than when I started. So Kyūdō's been the only thing that kind of calmed me down.
Has Kyūdō changed the way that you've been as a person? Because a lot of people say that it makes them more relaxed and calm and
I would
meditative.
say Kyūdō has helped me become more focused or more centered, but I started those principles with Iaido. Kyūdō allowed me to refine that principle.
Someone once told me that Kyūdō isn't going to make your life any better. Kyūdō is not going to change your life, but it's like a mirror, and it's going to show you everything about your character and everything about your life and how you do it, and then gives you the option whether or not you want to change it. So for me, I found that Kyūdō taught me a lot of the things about myself, my weaknesses and my strengths, and some of them I've decided to change, some of them I'm still struggling to change. But every time I practice Kyūdō, it's like looking into this mirror and seeing all the things about myself that I like and all the things about myself that I don't like, but it forces me to look at that every time I pick up the bow.
So when I was younger, I was angry, and as I got older, calm. It helped me become a better person, better father. As you become more calm, become more patient, nothing can make you angry, even a child screaming at you.
There are still things I'd like to change. There's some things that I think I have been able to change somewhat. I've a bit of a narcissistic thing, but I wanted to be more graceful. Kyūdō's taught me a little bit about that. It's shown me when I do Kyūdō how clumsy I am, and some of that I've accepted, that's just who I am and how I am. But there's some things about that I've tried to change. I've tried to think a bit more before I speak. I try to plan things out a little bit better before I take action. Being involved with Kyūdō has given me some ways to practice those things. It's introduced me to a lot of people who are very good at things like meditative thinking, very good at things like concentration and being able to have, they say, the state of no mind when you're shooting. That's something I still aspire to do. I can't claim to be able to do that yet. But there's been a lot of really simple things that people have taught me that are very, very difficult to do, but very simple in concept.
I feel that I'm a lot more focused now in what I do. Maybe because it takes a lot of concentration to shoot the arrow or practice the moves. It's very slow and methodical, and you have to think about it and focus. Kyūdō takes a lot of concentration, and I find that, just keep practicing it, keeping on. Well, when I keep doing it, I find that it's applicable to other things that I do in life, so my focus is much better, and I feel calmer.
I mostly started it for 4 reasons, okay? One, what drew me to Kyūdō was there's a spiritual component to it. As we talked about earlier on, it improves you as a person. I'm not talking about anything religiously, of course, but it improves you in the sense that you can maybe find yourself to be more patient, more understanding as you learn and you progress in Kyūdō. Secondly, it has a meditative component to it. Some people use it to relax themselves, to improve their breathing, everything like that. And there is a different school of Kyūdō that does focus on the meditative aspect of it. Thirdly, historic. The bow is considered one of the earliest weapons in the world. It's been around since the late Paleolithic era, and it's still being practiced today. So it's like you're preserving a part of Japanese history. If it's ever lost, it will never ever be recovered again. And fourthly, what a lot of people kind of, like in my opinion, tend to forget is there's a combat principle to it. Kyūdō at its heart is still a martial art. The draw, the hasetsu, is based off of the draw of combat. So it was actually used in war, way back in the past. So yes, that's why I started Kyūdō. For those 4 reasons, I would say it's because of how diverse Kyūdō is. Even though it's only one waza, it's only one kata, and you perfect that kata throughout your entire Kyūdō career. That diversity is what drew me and what makes me continue to practice Kyūdō.
To anybody who's thinking about joining Kyūdō or practicing or even trying it out, I think it's a wonderful way to get to know even a little bit about Japanese culture. And honestly, if there is sort of a Kyūdō dojo or a facility or a school training introductory program in your area, I highly recommend it, even just to experience it. It's a wonderful thing.
If you only care about hitting the target, you'll miss a target. It's true in daily life as well. If you're so destined on desires, on getting something, you'll lose it. If you're so focused on the target, you miss everything of what you're trying to do.